is what happens when men learn how to fight. I think this is probably the most underrated skill thing that every single man is downplaying. Some of you guys are soft because you never got punched in the mouth. The reason why most men, in my opinion, today have low testosterone, are not confident, is because you haven't faced real conflict. Most people grow up in a first world country where the hardest thing you're gonna do is decide what you're gonna watch on social media today. You have a regular job or you have a decent job, right? Or even if you have a business, but you're not facing no extreme adversity. You're not going in every day scared shitless. And that's why a lot of men are soft. And us men, we only grow through adversity. We only grow through challenge. And a lot of us are not facing any challenges. So here's what happens when you learn how to fight. Every single man needs to sign up for a boxing gym and spend at least a year getting punched in the mouth and learning how to throw your hands up and defend yourself. Not saying you have to become Alex Pereira, not saying you have to become John Jones, not saying you have to become Canelo, but learning how to defend yourself is gonna do so much for you. The first thing it's gonna do is help you eliminate the fear of conflict. Some of you guys are scared of everything. Oh, I don't really want to do this because, you're so scared of consequences. You're so scared of outcomes. So the reality is this, right? In order for you to become good at handling adversity, guess what you gotta do? You gotta face adversity. You have to face it. You only get good at something you work on. You only get good at problem solving if you work on problems. You only get good at overcoming fear if you deal with fear. You only get good at overcoming conflict if you overcome conflict a lot. There's no magic pill. You're not gonna get jacked by staying at home. The only way you will build muscle is to go to the gym and lift heavy weights repeatedly. The only way you will get good with women is if you go talk to women and improve your skills with them. The only way you're gonna get rich is if you learn how to solve problems for people where they're willing to pay you for it. There is no shortcut. And the reason why so many men are afraid of trying, you're so terrified of conflict is because you don't go through enough conflict. You gotta go through conflict. You gotta go through conflict. So fighting will teach you how to go through conflict. Fighting will teach you how to avoid conflict. You're facing another man. He is ready to put you to sleep. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? In that moment, what are you gonna do? Either you fight back or you get your ass whooped. You don't want to get embarrassed, so you do something. And you do that time and time again, and what happens? You get better and better and better. You get more and more confident. Sooner or later, you start saying, yeah, you get excited. You start trying to put fear in his heart. You start looking at him like, oh yeah, you ready for me? You flip your mindset, all right? You flip the way you think and say, are you ready? Because I'm coming. I'm about to show you. And at that point, life becomes easy because you stop running away from conflict and you start running towards it. The way you become successful, the way you overcome these fears is by simply facing them better. You got to suffer well. You got to understand that, hey, adversity can't defeat me if I'm used to adverse situations. The more and more problems you overcome, the easier and easier problems in the future become. Second, you develop extreme discipline. You will never be a good fighter. You will never be able to defend yourself properly if you don't have discipline. And the fight discipline is showing up to the gym on time, doing your training on time, making sure your cardio on time. See, I talk shit about sports, right? When I tell you guys, don't be obsessed with sports, but I love sports in this way. I grew up playing sports, especially fighting. Here's the thing about fighting and sports that I love so much. If you're not good enough, you won't succeed. It's the way sports are set up, either you're the best or you're not. And it will show every single performance. You can't hide behind a phone screen. You can't pretend. Fighting in sports forces you to be good or not. It's very black and white. Did you prepare or not? When I ran track, guys, my track and field career wasn't the longest, but I learned so much. I think I learned the most in terms of discipline and mentality from playing sports, fighting, and engineering. In my opinion, those were and now business. So I'm going through a lot of adversity. But I learned a lot at the turn my light on, guys. I learned a lot from going through those challenges. And the thing about fighting or sports is that if on that given day you didn't do what you needed to do beforehand, it will show. So you have to be disciplined. You have to show up. When I was running track, right, my first year, I performed so bad. I wasn't running as fast. And even though I was putting in the work, I had to give more. And then the second year, I finished top 8 in the conference in the 60 meters. I was offered a full scholarship. I was doing what I was supposed to do, but it wasn't enough. Same thing with fighting. That's what I love about sports and fighting. You can do everything you need to do, but it's gonna require even more of a version of you. When Canelo and Bud are gonna fight coming up, guess what's gonna happen? They're both disciplined, they're both hardworking, they're both great fighters. Somebody would have had to done a little bit more. Somebody's gonna have to give a little bit more. It's very black and white. So like, it's gonna come down to who wants it more and who put in the most amount of work and whose skill level is gonna dominate. So fighting forces you to do that. I'm a big fan of MMA. I'm a big fan of boxing because I think that's the purest physicality in men is gonna get. And sports. Guys, I'm not gonna shit on sports. I love sports as long as you're not obsessed with them and not focused on your life. I think they teach you a lot, especially if you partake in them. I don't want you to be a spectator of sports. Go play some damn sports. Go compete. You're a man. A lot of you guys are not competing. And in order for you to become that next level, you have to give more and more and more. So you have to have so much discipline, all right? Or else you're gonna get embarrassed. You're gonna get embarrassed. Number 3, you stop fearing pain. Man, a lot of us, man, are just terrified of hurt. You're terrified of the struggle. Pain is it's such a fearful thing for you. Our ancestors, guys, used to fight buffalo. Can you imagine what they would think of us now? Can you imagine what they would look at us and be like, these cowards, they over here scared of women. We used to have to fight buffalo to be able to eat, survive, all right? So we are so numb to, not even numb to pain. We are so afraid of pain that we aren't challenging ourselves to do anything. When you get punched in the mouth and it hurts and you got 2 choices, either cry or punch back, you grow some big kahunas, bro. You grow some big kahunas. What are you gonna do? Fight back or cow out? What are you gonna do? That's what fighting does. It instills this level of warriorness in you, this warrior spirit that pain doesn't affect you. And those things translate to all areas of life. You think boxers, fighters, I don't know specifically, but I don't think they're afraid of approaching women. I doubt it. I think it's quite the opposite. When you go through those levels of pain and suffering and you overcome them, things that most men are so scared of are laughable to you. So if you want to stop being afraid of pain, go in the gym, put them boxing gloves on, learn how to spar, learn how to fight, get punched in the mouth, get thrown in the wild, and you like, holy, I'm not afraid of anything no more. And number 4, you stop trying to prove yourself. The funny thing about fighting is, and you guys, you may have heard this, but this is a common thing amongst fighters. And I'm no pro fighter, but I do have amateur level experience in terms of just learning the basics of fighting. I'm not Floyd Mayweather, but what I did learn is that you stop trying to prove yourself. Everybody that knows how to fight isn't trying to fight. It's funny. It's unbelievable. Before you learn how to fight, you like, oh, I can knock them out, man. Man, it's always the people that don't know how to fight are so confident in their abilities to do nothing. You haven't even been in the fight before. And then about fighting, all my fighters will know this, right? Endurance is probably the biggest thing. A lot of people that don't know how to fight don't realize that in fighting, endurance is probably the biggest game. If you don't have fight endurance, if you don't know how to keep your cardio, you're done. It don't matter how good you are. Once you get tired, everything goes to shit. Everybody that knows how to fight is like, I'm not trying to do this. Because it could be dangerous, especially if both of y'all are good. Experienced fighters are not trying to fight for nothing. Risking their lives, risking everything. They want to do it in front of some pay-per-view. Give me some money. Because fighting is risky and it requires you to be good. It's always the people who don't know how to fight that want to fight. They want to pick problems. They want to pick issues because they don't understand how dangerous it is. If somebody that knows how to fight fights you, they can literally kill you. It's not even a question. Imagine you go fight somebody who trains every day. They will put you 6 feet under. You don't even understand the levels of this. I understand this. I'm not trying to pick fights with nobody. And I understand how fighting works. And I'm like, you mess with the wrong dude, bro, and it's over. All right, so the people who know how to fight, they're very calm, relaxed. They're not picking trouble. They're not trying to, it's not worth it. So when you learn how to fight, you stop trying to prove yourself. You stop trying to show the world how big you are because you know you're confident in your ability. The loudest person in the room is usually the weakest. If you look at the best fighters, they're not talkative. They're quiet and calm. Why do I gotta waste my energy for? You realize that when you fight too, like the people who, that's energy. Like, man, you're trying to be calm. You need as much energy as possible. So when somebody is excessively loud and they're trying to prove themselves, they don't know how to fight because they don't know even about energy consumption in fighting. Let me give you a quick tip. If you want to know somebody doesn't know how to fight, how much they yap, how much they scream and yell and beat their chest. You will notice that everybody knows how to fight. They're very calm before a fight because they know, what am I wasting all this energy screaming for? I know what I'm doing. I need to use my energy properly. It's the person that's screaming and yelling, trying to scare you with words. So once you learn how to fight, you start trying to prove yourself, all right? And this is what happens, guys, when men learn how to fight. You gotta learn how to defend yourself, right? So you don't get embarrassed in the world. You stop being afraid of pain, fear. You start looking at conflict like easy work. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'll get back with you guys next time.